Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make these magic iris cards using the A Bug Deal stamp and die set from Lawn Fawn, and I'm going to show you a really fun coloring technique. So to color these cards, we are going to stamp our images directly onto colored cardstock, and then we are going to color the images in with our copic markers or whatever alcohol markers that you have. So these stamps here are actually from the Hey Lady stamp set. So I'm going to be using a combination of the Bug Deal and Hey Lady stamp sets from Lawn Fawn, as well as the new Magic Iris dies. And this large cover plate here, this comes from the Magic Iris add-on. So if you want to integrate your Magic Iris into your scene, then this is the cover plate you'll use. So let's get started by coloring in our leaves. So I am going to use G28, G24, and G21 to color in our leaves here, and I may also add a little bit of G20 to the centers, and I found that this ended up looking really nice on this lime green cardstock. I think the actual cardstock that I'm using here is green apple or apple green cardstock by Simon Says Stamp. It has a really nice texture for copic coloring, so I found that the blends came out really nice, which was surprising to me because I don't usually color with my alcohol markers on cardstock like this. I'll usually use Express It blending card or Nina Solar White cardstock in 110 pound weight, but this cardstock worked really well. And I really liked the way that the colors pop on the colored cardstock. So I'm also going to show you a few other variations using some other colored cardstocks as well. And we'll take a look at that at the end of the video. So the method that I'm using to color in here is I'm making my edges dark and the center part of the leaf pretty light. And then where we have that little divider down the middle of the leaf, I'm drawing a little dark line there and then blending out towards the edges so that we have this really nice image that looks like it's glowing and it looks like it's rounded and dimensional and just really pretty. For the smaller leaves, we are just going to add our darkest shading on the outer edges and then just finish up the shading with the lightest color towards the inside. Now look at how gorgeous this red pops on this lime green cardstock. I love it. So I am going to give my ladybugs a base of R24, and then we're going to do a little bit of shading with R29. And I was just so in love with this color combination as I was coloring. I just love the way that it looks on the green, and later on I'll show you what it looks like on pink as well. For the little ladybugs faces, we're going to color them in with a little cool gray 3. And then for the bodies, we'll just make it a little darker with the C5, the cool gray 5. And then I forgot that little guy up top, so we're just going to color him in quickly before we move on to putting our magic iris together. And then we're also going to color a couple more little embellishments for the top of the card. So we're going to color in this little, I don't know if that's a mosquito or a dragonfly, not sure what that is, but he's cute. And then we have our little cupcake with the leaf on top. So I'm going to give it some coral covered frosting or rose colored frosting, and I'm going to color the little leaf on the cupcake the same colors that we use for the leaves on the card, and then a little toner gray, or maybe that was cool gray, for the cupcake base. And then we'll make our little buggy on the left yellow with some blue, green, and violet wings. And then I'm going to take the little dies, run them through the die cut machine, and then here they are. Look at how adorable our little bug and our little cupcake is. All right, time to put the magic iris together. So I cut out 3 pieces of these little connector pieces here, the little green ones, and then also 3 rings I cut out. And then you just arrange your rings like so. I'm using 3/16 of an inch glue dots here. It's important to use this size. Larger ones will not work. And then you just place your second circle right on top and then flip it over And then where we see those little 3 brackets, we're going to put a strip of adhesive, just going from one edge to the other. And then we're going to take our 3 little connector pieces that I die cut as well and just attach those where we put the adhesive, flip it over again. And then we're going to take our little tab. This is what's our pull tab, and we're going to add adhesive about halfway down, arrange it so it makes like a little V with that bottom flap. And now add our 3rd ring right on top. And I'm using a lime colored ring because I just wanted to make sure if any of the top rings showed through that it was the same color as the rest of the card. White might have shown through. And then we just flip over our little connector pieces, being careful to leave it loose. And then here you have it. So we have our little magic iris all put together. Now to decorate. So we're going to stamp some leaves directly on the iris when it's in the closed position. And we're going to color it in with our Copic markers in the same color scheme that we used for the leaves on our cover panel. So just a little strip of that G28, and then fill in with some G24, and then finish it up with some G21. And that's going to give us a nice little leafy pattern on the inside of our magic iris. And everything's working good. Now we are going to decorate the center of the magic iris. So I just cut out this little rectangle. It could have been a circle, but I didn't want I wanted to make sure that the inside was completely covered. So that's why I did it in a large square instead of just matching the circle. And we're going to use this sentiment from the A Bug Deal stamp set that says, "This is a really bug deal." And I did have to cut down the sentiment. It was in one long strip, so I just cut it into 3 pieces so it fits on the inside of the little magic iris window. And then we're going to attach some little decorations to the inside, line everything up, make sure it's looking good. And then we're going to attach our little decoration piece to our handle, and then just cut off that white excess, add adhesive just to these 3 tabs here, and then line up the cover panel with our little pull tab. So it's just like that. And now pull and it works. So our little magic iris mechanism is working. Now we're going to attach the whole thing onto our card base. And I'm going to put it in the open position to attach it to the card so we can see what we're doing. I have 2 layers of foam tape popping up our magic iris. So that's the only place you want to put the tape. Make sure no tape is in the way of your little handle on the right. Once I have everything lined up beautifully, I will go ahead and move on to the sentiment. So the sentiment, "Happy Birthday," comes from the A Bug Deal stamp set. And I am just using a white embossed sentiment on some black cardstock. It is popped up on 1 layer of foam tape. We're going to add our little cupcake and then our little dragonfly or mosquito that we colored in earlier, and decorate. And now let's see it, the card. So here it is. So happy birthday. This is a really bug deal. So I just love this card. It's adorable. I don't know about you, but it's birthday card season for me. I have 2 close family members who have birthdays coming up in early March. A woman and then a little boy. My little nephew Joseph's 10th birthday is next week. So I'll show you the card that I intend for him. And then this would make a really, really nice lady's birthday card. I just love the pinks, and I love the way that the little ladybugs pop on the pink. And then for all 4 cards, I tried to decorate them a little bit differently just to give you some different ideas of how to put things together. So that is some new pattern paper by Lawn Fawn on the inside there, and also attached to our little pull tab. And I stamped the ladybug directly onto that pattern paper. Here is the card that I am going to give my little nephew Joseph. So I thought this would be cute with the turquoise color and then the little blue-green cupcake on the inside. And I also used some pattern paper from Lawn Fawn for the inside and the little pull tab there. And then we also have this card, which I also think this one would be good for a little boy. And actually, maybe this is the one I was thinking of giving to Joseph because it just has that cute little worm and all the little brown little bugs. I thought that would be cute for a little boy. And then finally, we have our green version, which is the card we made in the video. So 4 different ideas of ways to put this card together for a birthday using some different colored cardstock. So I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. I hope that this gives you some ideas for your own card making, and I will see you again soon in the next video. Have a great day.